I'm making this video as a Lakers fan, someone who has watched the Lakers growing up. I've been a Kobe Bryant fan growing up my whole life. Loved watching Pau Gasol, Ron Artest, Metta World Peace, Lamar Odom, that whole squad, dude, and Andrew Bynum, great squad. The entire bench was in sync. All the starters were in sync. They had trust in their front office, their coaches, and their players especially. And I feel like that trust, that sync, that chemistry is not there with the Lakers. It feels very fabricated. It feels forced. It feels like everyone is parting ways and they know it at some point. And I think this is also a growing issue within the NBA that everyone is being treated more like a pawn on the chessboard versus being an actual part of the history, the lore, the franchise. No one is really truly a franchise player unless you are a household name, unless you are putting up triple doubles every night, dropping 50-point nights every night. And it's very rare to see a few teams that actually hold their players with value. And I feel like those teams are going to come out on top. And we've already seen it. We saw it with the Boston Celtics. Their roster is insanely deep, and I feel like they can get trades upon trades if they really wanted to, but they don't need to because they trust in their fucking players. They develop all their players. I really see this also in the Hornets. I think the Hornets are insanely slept on. Obviously, within the last couple of weeks, they've been on a fucking tear in the league, and I don't think anyone's ready for it. If you just don't watch basketball, you probably wouldn't see it. But clearly, everyone I'm talking to, y'all fucking seen it. The Hornets are just killing it. I'm super happy for them. I love watching them play. Their announcer, top five fucking announcers, man. Reminds me of just the Mike Breen days. Bang! Fucking miss that shit. But anyway, what I'm really getting at is, I guess this is kind of like a cry for help, if you will, maybe a rant as a Lakers fan, as someone who has watched them go through different waves and different timelines as being a fan. I have seen the Lakers grow from being this phenomenal, franchise with a lot of history and lore to now being sort of a buy and sell market, almost a get rich quick scheme, if you will. And what I mean by that is, obviously they are money centric and they're trying to sell this sort of love bomb story to fans to try to bring them that same type of energy that Kobe Bryant brought them. But you know what the difference between Kobe Bryant and Luka and LeBron is the fact that Kobe came on as a draft pick. Obviously, his story is a little bumpier, a little different, but at the end of the day, they drafted that kid and he became something special. Now, I think the trajectory of the Lakers franchise and lore would be insanely different if we had drafted Tatum over Lonzo Ball. Now, Lonzo Ball was a great fucking player. I totally believed in him as at the start, and goddamn, that was a fucking terrible stutter. I'm sorry, but I believed in him at the start, and unfortunately, injuries got the best of him, and also, such a weird fucking era for the Lakers. I try to block that out as much as possible, even though it was kind of fun to watch them. We have entered a new era of the NBA. And what I mean by this is teams are building franchises around young players and they're building them from the ground up. They're making rosters deeper than ever. And you kind of have to compete. The Lakers don't have a bench. We have starters who outperform the entirety of the team because they have to every night. If Luka doesn't drop 20 points, 30 points every night, he can't just pass the fucking ball to win, dude. He has to rely on his shooting and fucking like half court threes, turnaround jumper threes, fucking left-handed three. Like, what are we doing, dude? Terrible shot making, or terrible shot decisions, but great shot maker, right? That's just who Luka has been, maybe always will be, but what I'm trying to get at is he shouldn't be that. He shouldn't have to be that. And I know he's got LeBron around him. I know he's got Austin Reeves. Love Austin Reeves. One of my favorite fucking Lakers players of all time. Just watching him grow from when he got drafted, had that hunger in him from the beginning, and seeing to where he is now. Extremely, extremely well deserved. But I want another Austin Reeves. I want them to draft someone. And if we didn't constantly trade for people to try and put these get rich quick schemes around these superstar players, they wouldn't feel so frustrated. And something that frustrates me as a fan is the fact that Luka is growing frustrated and he's starting to distrust the Lakers front office. He feels like they're not putting anyone around him for the future. And they also burned a fucking great bridge they had with LeBron. LeBron is putting up numbers as an all-star at 41 years old. Get that into your fucking brains, dude. Like, smoke that shit, inhale it, keep it there, and burn your cells away and replace it with being a LeBron sexual, dude. Holy shit. He is top 5. What the fuck are we doing? What the fuck are we doing? Why are we... I don't even know. That's a whole nother conversation. Like, Jeannie Buss completely burned that bridge, and I think LeBron is willing to go back home with everything in him. I don't think he gives a fuck anymore about the Lakers. He's just ready to move on. Maybe retire, maybe not. We'll see where the wind blows, but it feels like they're constantly doing their players dirty. They're constantly looking for a scapegoat, and when the players aren't winning, they're not winning chips, they feel like, fuck it, we got to fire everyone. This year wasn't our year, but shit, if we fire this person, we trade this person, I think we could win a chip. They're talented players. I've seen them play on X, Y, and Z teams. Dude, no, they need to play together for 4 to 5 years before we see some real development, man. That is not how we build a franchise. And I'm just a fucking guy on the couch that watches the Lakers on my second monitor when I can. And, I try to keep up with clips and news all the time. But I am starting to grow really frustrated as a fan of this franchise. And it feels like I almost got lied to, I don't know, I know AD has been hurt. That was a really tough trade, and I hate to see him go, but I feel like the Lakers were trying to do what they thought best, and I trusted in them, and then my trust got broken because they're putting people that are just kind of mediocre around superstar players, and that's just not going to win chips. I think I just want them to keep their first-round draft picks, second-round draft picks, and pick some fucking good players and trust in them, develop them, and just hope for the best. That's all you can fucking do. I feel like if you constantly keep burning bridges, no one is going to want to play for the Lakers. And oh, by the way, we have Dogwater, Gabe Vincent, and Dalton Connect that we ended up keeping on for this entirety of the time. And now they fucking both probably hate us. They probably hate the fans too. They probably don't give a flying fuck about the team, dude. Dalton Connect has no interest around the league. Teams don't want him, and his value's gone. We burned that bridge with Mark Williams. When that happened, it was done. Teams saw right through the bullshit right after that. And I think while Mark Williams did fail his physical, unfortunately, things worked out the way they did, and Dalton got fucking butthurt like a little baby bag bee, and here we are. We're, I guess, back to fucking square one, looking for pieces to put around star players. And, we don't have that bench squad like we used to. And Gabe Vincent is just ass. I cannot stand to watch this guy anymore. But what I wanted to bring up is I really hope the Lakers just put people around that maybe could play a little bit of basketball. I would like to see Lonzo come back, maybe CP3, put them instead of having Gabe Vincent and Dalton Connect in there. Send them to the goddamn G League. I don't give a fuck. Okay? Do it. I don't care. If we're going to start doing this get rich, die quick scheme, then let's put CP3 on there. Let's put Lonzo on there. And at least we can have a little bit of shooting, probably better than Gabe Vincent, dude. I mean, I'm talking CP3 would probably hit at least 2 or 3 more threes than Gabe Vincent instead of him running 15 minutes of cardio off the bench out there. I'm sick of that shit, dude. And oh my god, there's just like such a slew and generational bit of more issues that come out of the Lakers, but I kind of feel like that is at least everything I could think of. I am pretty frustrated. It kind of feels like everything is so short term for the Lakers, and I hope that turns around. I don't know if any of you share the same sentiment. I don't know if I'm being overly critical or if I'm just being a whiny little baby, but I just kind of feel like I wanted to share it in the world and put it out there because I'm tired of blowing up my fucking Twitter feed with just frustration about the Lakers and, just optimism, empty optimism about the Lakers. It is killing me. And, well, I don't know. Here's to the playoffs, I guess. Hopefully we make it past the first or second round this year. Hopefully, people don't give up when we're in the playoffs. Hopefully people kind of believe in us. I feel like if there is any time to prove what this team can do, it is during the playoffs. And if they cannot prove anything during that, I'm going to feel a little scared about Luka leaving in 2027-2028 season. He's going to become a free agent after that season. And part of me feels like he won't re-sign. If the Lakers can't prove to him that they're putting trust in his team, I think he's really big about chemistry. I think he showed that in the Mavericks franchise. They put trust in him and Kyrie, and the entire organization was behind him, rallying. They saw his potential and what he could do, and I feel like the Lakers don't have that same sense of trust. It feels like they just did everyone dirty, and I would hate to see the Mavericks come out on top, but it kind of feels that way, It kind of feels like they got their shit back together really fast. Shout out Nico Harrison, man. You did your job, man. Wonderful. You terrorized the organization to bring that shit back into your dead honor. Wow. That's fucking crazy. So, here's to being a Lakers fan. That's my rant. I hope you enjoyed. If you want me to rant more about basketball, I have a lot of other topics and ideas about what's going on in the league right now, these trades. I got some good takes, probably some bad takes that y'all fucking hate. And that's what I love about sports, baby. Let's keep it going. All right. I'll catch y'all. I don't have a sports channel, but I guess I'll catch y'all on the next one if I ever do this again. Okay. Bye.